Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Susan Lynn. I'm a psychic and a medium. Thank you for joining me today. Full disclosure, I have no idea where spirit is taking me in this video. I will say that my idea for the video, or how I came to even think about doing a video right now, is because I had an experience, and this prompts me for most of my videos. Honestly, I share my own personal experiences with you in the hopes that maybe you can learn something from my own experiences, as I'm learning, frankly. Well, what happened that I'd like to share has to do with relationships and energy. So I want to share what happened because I know this has happened to some of you, and I want to talk to you about how I'm dealing with it. And I know Spirit has a lot to say. That's why I'm giving you the disclaimer, because I don't know what they're going to talk about, but it's a lot. So I'm going to tell you what I have to tell you first, and then Spirit's going to pretty much take the mic after that. If you're new here, I basically channel my spirit guides as I'm doing these videos. So buckle up. That's what I would say. Okay, here's what happened. I started getting messages. Now, we get messages from all kinds of sources. We get messages from our spirit guides, our angels, our crossed over loved ones, meaning our loved ones in heaven. We also get messages from people we live with. We just know that they're thinking something, or we feel they're thinking something. We get these messages from our coworkers. We sometimes get them from random people in the grocery store because we didn't realize that we were open to receiving messages, and all of a sudden we know that the person in front of us had a fight with their boyfriend last night. It's like, I don't want to know, right? In this case, I'm talking about all of our exes. You know, like all of our exes are in Texas. Damn, that's true for me. I got to get out of this state, y'all. Okay, here's the thing. This is important. All joking aside, and I wasn't joking. I got a message. Now, in this case, the message could come in any way. It could come as a song, a thought, a dream, any way. You're about to see a few more ways. So I had a dream. I had a dream about my ex. Now, this is a 5-year ago ex, 5 years in the past. Have no desire to go back that direction. You know, we are friends. We text each other on our birthdays and holidays, and maybe we see each other at a group setting where we have mutual friends once a year, maybe. We've both moved on. It's cool. But it was a special relationship. Honestly, it was a 20-year relationship. So there's a lot of energy there still, okay? Even though we've both moved on, there's a lot of energy there. And so very odd that I had 2 dreams. And for those of y'all that started thinking about what kind of dreams was she having, don't worry. It wasn't that kind of dream, or else I would be calling an exorcist instead of being on this video right now. Just saying. On 2 different days about this ex. Now, I kind of go through periods where I dream a lot, and in periods where I don't dream at all. And in periods where I know I'm really busy, but I don't know what I'm doing, and I just wake up tired. But I'm not really in a dreaming phase right now, and I still had 2 dreams. And that, because I know energy, because I know, maybe I know too much, right? When we know too much, sometimes it could be a bad thing. I know that that's energy. I know that that energy is coming to me for a reason. Okay, so that's number 1. So the second dream I had, I thought, my ex's birthday's coming up too. So next week. So there's that component to it. But this has never happened, ever. Like, I sometimes think about family members, nieces, nephews, aunts that I was really close to that now I'm not. And that's a passing energy, okay? So I want you to, you have to try to learn to discern. This is what I'm trying to help you with. So 2 dreams. So I'm like, that's something. I don't know what to do with that, you know? So when I don't know what to do with it, I kind of put it on the back burner. A lot of times, if Spirit is sending you messages and you don't know what to do with them, ask for more messages. Like, if you send me one message, I'm going to ignore it. Honestly, I'm probably, for good or bad, I'm probably going to ignore it. Send me 2 messages, you got my attention. Send me 3 messages, I'm taking action. And my spirit guides know that about me. We've set this up. One message, one message, and I already told you what messages could be, in my opinion, could be a fluke. 3, not a fluke. 3, you need to do something about it. I got my 3rd message. So I'm like, oh, snap, right? So much so that they sent the 3rd message twice. I got the 3rd message twice. And so the first 2 were dreams. The 3rd message was a picture, not of me and them, but a picture of a place that I used to go to with them, and that is very, very near and dear in my heart. And it's a place that the family owns. And it's a photo that I've kept. It's just a landscape. It's not anybody. And it's a photo that I've kept on my phone for, probably 6 or 7 years through all my phones, right? I've never deleted it. So it is a special place. That land is very special to me. So that's why I was keeping it. So guess what? The 3rd message is, I open my phone, and before I even put my passcode in, that photo is on my screen. I didn't enter the passcode, but the photo is on my screen. And my phone had been, not in use. So it's not like I had recently entered the passcode and been doing something and put the phone down. The phone had literally been, over on a table for an hour. So when I picked it up, boom, there it was. And I thought, and honestly, it didn't disappear. When I tried to click on it, it disappeared. And when I opened my photos, it wasn't queued up. So I thought, WTH, like, what was that? And oftentimes messages come very fleeting like that, especially from your spirit guides. You'll have a thought and it'll just be very fleeting or very, very faint. Very faint, a little nudge. So I thought, I honestly thought, did I really see that? Did I really see that picture? Because it was that fast. And I thought, I didn't see that picture. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't see that. No. They did it again. They put the photo up there again. This time it stayed, and I took a screenshot of it, actually. Right. So as soon as I open my phone, here it is. It's just a sunset. It's nothing exciting. There's the moon up there. It's nothing exciting. But that, like I said, that place has I have a lot of love for it. I spent a lot of time there in nature, and it was really and truly, still to this day, probably one of my favorite places on earth. So it's got energy for me. So boom, here's these messages. It's still there. So what do you do? This is what I want to help you with. What do you do when you get 3 messages and you already set the rules with spirit? You already said 3 messages. I'm going to do something. I'm going to take that energy for real. Seriously. So here I am. What do I do? So then I had to have a conversation with myself. Now, I don't mind contacting my ex. It's not like I'm afraid to contact my ex. I don't care. But now there's more import. Now there's more energy around it. And so the first thing I did, and you may do something different, but the first thing I did was I sat with this energy. So I think the first thing that Spirit would suggest you do is not to just act, right? There's reason that we have 3 messages before we take action. The next thing is, okay, what is my action? You got 3 messages that there's a connection, a reconnection, a connection happening between you and this person. This person could be an ex. This person could be a family member that maybe you've been estranged from. This could be anybody. It doesn't have to be a love interest. So I said, okay. My first thought was just make a phone call or send a text. Hey, is everything okay? Just checking in. Hope you're well. Innocuous, easy, generic, close to the birthday. I could even say happy early birthday. Hope everything is well for you. Everything okay? Take care, right? I could do that. But because there's so much energy around this, now my text has more energy. It's not like last year when I texted on the birthday and said, hey, happy birthday. Not the same thing, because now there's energy all up in my business. So when I send that text, it's going to have more energy around it. Okay? So I want to think about this, right? So the first thing that I thought, and I'm telling you my human thought, not my connected to the guide's thought, oh, I hope everything is okay, right? My first thought was something must not be okay. I wonder if they're sick, right? And that gave me pause. And I thought, yeah, there's a little bit of energy around that. A little. Not a lot, but a little. So I don't think it's them. It could be maybe those people I mentioned, the brother-in-law, the aunt, the nieces, the nephews, the sister-in-law, maybe someone else, right? That led me to the next thing. Do I really need to respond to this? Do I need to respond to this energy? Because I really don't, right? Is it mine to be involved with? This is the key question that you need to ask yourself. Is this my business to be involved in? I'm an ex. I've been an ex for 5 years. Why should I get involved in this? Okay? So, even if they're sick, even if something terrible has happened, what am I going to do? Right? They're with someone. What am I going to do? I mean, I'm not, you know what I mean? Like, what is my role here? So you have to be very clear with yourself. If you're still harboring feelings for this person and you get even one message, you're probably going to reach out. I had a dream about you. Is everything okay? I'm trying to tell you, try to wait for 3 messages. And even then, think about it. What is my role? What am I asking for? Is this going to help me? What is my path forward? Do you understand how I'm saying my? Because codependency would be them. Maybe I can help them. Maybe I'll get involved. Maybe they just need a year to talk to. We always could talk really well. Maybe they just need someone to talk to. Or, gosh, I hope everything, So, right, you want to help. You want to help. Okay, let's be honest with ourselves. That's really borderline codependency. And you're not connected to that person anymore. And you should just be really aware of why you're wanting to reach out to them. Now, you might say, well, why am I getting these messages? If I'm not supposed to reach out to them, if I'm not supposed to get involved in some way, just to say, hey, are you okay? Or to, pray for them or send them good energy or whatever, then why am I getting the messages? Oh, now we go on to the thing that Spirit really wanted to talk to you about. And I'm going to laugh here because I swear to God, they're talking about love potion number 8. I swear to God. They're funny. My guides are funny. They like to laugh. They like to have a good time. So love potion number 8. So let's just say, okay, right. So now my guides are talking to me. They reminded me that I did see my ex about, in February at a party. And at that party, I thought things were kind of not good between them. my ex and their new partner, thought, whoa, this is awkward, right? None of my other friends showed up and there was a bunch of people I didn't know and me. And I thought, awkward, I need to leave, and not because I had any feelings, but just because I could see the stress or the tension. So my guides are reminding me that perhaps there's some real relationship issues there. And perhaps my ex is thinking about me. Okay. Maybe in a romantic way, or maybe not, maybe even just a way of reminiscing, right? Your ex. Okay. So let me back up. Thoughts have energy. Thoughts have energy. Your ex can send you thoughts that can invade your energy, can get into your energy. Want to know why? Because you had a relationship with them and you still have that connection, more than likely. Even if you cut the cords, you would have to really do a lot of work to block their energy coming into yours. If you're still friends with them or friendly towards them, then you both are likely to get information back and forth. Okay? Especially if you're empathic. Especially if you're empathic. And especially if you're using your intuition and your psychic abilities. Okay? So, did these 3 messages come from my spirit guides? Or did they come from my ex? The plot thickens, right? Perhaps my ex was the one sending these images, sending these messages to me. Now, I promise you, this has happened to you. And it's happened to me before. And it goes both ways. And that's why they want to also talk about using your responsibility, using your energy responsibly. Using your energy responsibly. Now, I'm getting these, messages, these energy hits or messages. This person is thinking about me. They're either thinking about me reminiscing, or they're thinking about me because they're thinking that they would like to get back together. Whatever that is, whatever the reason is, whether it's innocent, in a sense of like there's no love interest, they're reminiscing, or there's love interest. Either way, I'm receiving these messages. It's not coming from my spirit guides. We often get confused and we think, oh, my guides are sending me this message. My guides want me to call my ex. That's not the case. And that's why my guides are saying love potion number 9, because this is not them. This is this person. So now in my case, what I'm going to do is, because I don't want to go back, I'm going to cut those cords. Now, if you know anything about cord cutting, it can be very complicated or it can be very easy. If you know anything about me, I like the easy route. So picture a cord between you and this person, cut it. Cut it with scissors, cut it with a knife, whatever you want to do. As a matter of fact, it's a really good idea to do cord cutting pretty often, because you're not saying I don't ever care about this person, or I don't, even if it's your cord cutting to a toxic person in your life, you're not saying this person is going to disappear forever. You're saying this person has too much access to my energy and it's not healthy. So I want a healthy boundary. Push them back over there. Now this could be a child, an adult child, that perhaps there's an unhealthy relationship and you really need to go back and set some new boundaries. Well, you might need to cut that cord. Again, you're not banishing them. You're not saying I never want to talk to them or see them again. It's not like that. It's all energy. You're saying energetically, I need to put up a boundary because this person is coming into my thoughts and feelings without me asking, which is exactly what happened. This person came into my dreams twice and into my, phone and my energy twice. Okay, that's not acceptable. First of all, if you want to talk to me, pick up the phone and call me or text me. Okay? So this person is using their energy irresponsibly. But I also know that this person, they answered my question. Oh boy. All right. I was going to say I also know this person doesn't know how to do that, but they just said they do. So there you go. So even if someone is not psychic, even if someone is not empathic, they know that they have an intention. And if they have an intention to connect again with someone, they will. Because for one thing, once they set that intention, and if it's a good, clear intention, their guides will help them make that happen. So I'm likely to run into my ex. Wouldn't that be interesting? Right? But so I hope you understand so far in this video that you can receive messages from other people. Those messages can come right into your energy if you're still connected to them or open to that. You don't have to act on those messages. Those messages might not be from your spirit guides. So that's the takeaway. Stop and discern. Discern. You have a free will to question what you need to do next. If you get messages that you know that your boss needs you to do something, if you keep having a dream or you get messages, 3 or 4 messages about your boss, you still have free will. You can still decide what you want to do. Do I want to do this for my boss? Do I want to block my boss? Because honestly, my boss shouldn't be communicating with me when I'm not at work. It's a bit coercive, is it not, to communicate with someone energetically instead of being open and say, hey, I would like this, or hey, let's get together for coffee, or hey, I'm having some trouble. I would love to just talk with you. Okay, that's out in the open. I'm all cool for that. But this subversive stuff is meant to trip you up. It's meant to get you to act without thinking. And oftentimes we do, especially when we're trying to watch for messages. We're trying to get these messages from our spirit guides. We're trying to understand more and more and more about our intuition and our psychic abilities. This is how you get tripped up, folks. This is one way you can get tripped up. So you have to pause and figure out, is this message from my guides or is this message from another person? Now, you can do that in a lot of different ways. I mean, you can use cards. You can ask tarot or oracle cards. Are these messages from my spirit guides? You can ask this question, is it in my highest good to contact this person? What is the result of me contacting this person? Show me how I feel after I contact this person. So now you're getting information. You're not just reacting, right? I got a message, I'm reacting back. That is what they're hoping for, but we're not going to do that. We're going to slow down. We're going to use our discernment. Okay? Is there anything else they want to say? Okay, yes, there's something else they want to say, and that is that your ex, or honestly, anybody can do this. Okay, let's talk about, I don't know why they want me to talk about this. Okay, I am not Wiccan. I'm not a witch. Don't care. Love you guys. Rock on. Whatever. But there are spells. You can manipulate energy. This is what just happened to me. Whether it was a spell or not doesn't matter. It was an intention, which is basically a spell, and it came into my energy and I received it, and it almost caused me to react in the way the sender wanted me to react. Okay? That's a big thing. However, there's people out there that actively, okay, so they want to start off with this. So your ex could be sending an intention to you, and you might accidentally say their name. Now, I'm not talking about saying their name, saying their name in the wrong time and space. And I mean, that could happen, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. But you could say their name by accident, or you could bring them up in conversation with your current boyfriend or girlfriend or wife or husband. Oh, I used to do this with this person. And you don't even know that you said it. You don't know why you said it. And they ask, why did you say that? Why are you bringing that up? I don't know. I mean, you really don't know. I don't know. Well, you must know you brought it up. No, I don't. I really don't know. Right? Like, I really don't know. Well, and then it's a fight because, you done brought up your ex up in here. So that's your ex effing with you. That's your ex sending you energy that if you're not aware, if you're not going to block, if you're not going to cut those cords, put up a shield, a wall, whatever you want to do, then that person is free to come all up in your business and start shit. And it happens. It happens. I promise you it's happened to everybody watching this video, whether you realize it or not. I promise you it's happened. It's that common. Now, perhaps you have done the same thing, in which case, naughty, naughty, naughty on you. That's a foul. That's a foul in psychic abilities, right? We don't want to influence other people like that. We shouldn't have to. It's not for you. If this person is not with you and you have to coerce them or use a love potion or a love spell to get them to come back to you, or to get you to date them, then you're opening up a big can of worms for your own self. That person will likely come into your reality because they may not be paying attention. This is what we just talked about. And then they're just reacting to the energy, and then boom, they're calling you on the phone, or you're texting, or you're maybe going out on a date. It's not going to work. You just manipulated the law of nature, not the law of attraction, but you just manipulated the law of nature. You brought this person in under false pretenses. Now, there are very few, and I mean tiny times where this works, where it should work, where if you know, I mean, how can you know? How can this work, Spirit? They said, just don't do it. They said, just don't do it. Never mind. Don't do it. Don't do it. Because if you were supposed to meet this person and you know it, you feel like you know it, which we don't really know, but you feel like you know it, Spirit is going to assist you. Spirit is the one that gets to manipulate the law of energy, the law of nature, not us. Now, some people that do spells and do Wiccan, come on into my comments and say what you got to say. This is what I think. I don't think spell work is bad, but I think spell work that controls other people's energy is bad. I really do. And that spell work can be intentional, meaning you have done a spell, or it could be intentional, as in intentional thoughts. Your intentional thoughts may have been things you weren't quite aware of, like maybe you are just reminiscing and you didn't really mean to bring them into your awareness like that, right? Maybe you didn't mean that, and yet here they are texting you. Well, then if that happens, that's a really good example for you to understand how much power, how much energy you really can control and influence. So now you have to be a better citizen, what are they trying to say? A more responsible energy citizen, a more responsible person regarding your own energy. If you're obsessing about something, it's likely going to bring it to you. And that also means worries. If you're obsessing about not having enough money, bam, right to you. If you're obsessing about being too old, too fat, too dumb, too whatever you want to call yourself. Boom, boom, boom. You bring all that stuff right to you. So let's obsess about joy and happiness and gratitude. Let's bring all that to us. Okay. So, you can, they're also saying, somebody might say, well, why can't I obsess about this person that I think is really hot and I really want to date them? You can obsess about them and you may bring them to you. And then you may decide that that was the worst thing you've ever done in your life, because just because they're eye candy doesn't mean that they're worth dating. You know, you may bring a psychopath right up in your business, and then you got to disengage that energy, right? So it's best really to work with your guides. If you want to manifest something, work with the universe, work with your guides. They can better help you understand what it is you really need. And a lot of times that is not exactly what we think we need, right? Often aren't we attracted to the wrong kind of person, right? So your guides will bring this other type person into your awareness, but you're not attracted to them. Maybe they're not the bad boy or the bad girl, right? But yet here they are, and you just get away, go away. I'm looking over here. But Spirit brought you this perfect match. But because you've decided that you're attracted to one thing, you're not getting it. You're not getting those messages. But if you ask, Spirit will bring it to you. Now, the other thing I want to tell you about love is that if you want someone that's going to love you, if you want someone that's romantic, if you want someone that's active, or someone that has neat hobbies, or someone that is whatever it is you want, you have to also be that person. If you're a couch potato and you want to really date someone who's super athletic, number one, when are you ever going to meet that person? Because they're out running and you're sitting on the couch. So you have to start to match what you want a little bit more. Okay, so if you really want someone that's super athletic, it might be a good idea to get yourself to the gym. Become the person you want to meet. Now, also really important is you've got to love yourself. If you want someone to love you, you've got to love yourself. That is the most important thing that I could ever say to you. If you truly think that you're not that pretty, you're not that desirable, you're not that smart, you don't have enough money, you're never going to be able to date the right person or the person you want, then you're going to attract people that are going to put you down in those ways. They're going to tell you what you want to hear. You attracted what you think about yourself. So the very first thing you want to do is start loving on yourself. Change your self-talk to something positive. Instead of saying, Susan, you screwed that up. Golly, girl, what were you thinking? You big dummy? You know, instead of saying that, you know, you say, and I used to do this and I had to change. You say, Susan, wow, that didn't go down the way you thought it was going to go down, did it? That was a surprise. Okay. Wow. I'm sure that was a one-off. You know, I'm sure it was a one-off. I'm going to learn from this. And wow, that was really something. But you know what? It's all good. I'm going to brush it off. I'm going to go on and I'm going to cut the cord to that energy and let it go because I learned my lesson. Now, which of those things are more helpful? Which of those things have a higher vibration? Which of those things are like giving yourself a little self-hug? Treat yourself the way you would, hopefully, treat a 3-year-old who fell down, who made a mistake in their ice cream, slipped off the cone and hit the pavement. You know, hopefully you want to say, you big idiot, why didn't you hold your cone upright? You know, if you do, then that's a problem too. Or if your parents said that to you, that's why you say it to yourself. It's not helpful to be critical to yourself. For one reason, your spirit guides love you unconditionally. So this is when I learned this. I was trying to connect to my spirit guides. And I was here and they were here. I couldn't connect with them. because they love me unconditionally. Even if I do something that I think is really dumb or stupid, or even if I think that I'm too fat or too lazy or too not, whatever it is that you think about yourself, they don't think that. They love you. They're so proud of you. Do you know how hard it is to be a human on earth? You're courageous. Just being here makes you courageous to them. You could come to earth and be a complete failure at everything and still be a success in their eyes because you came here and you tried. So if you want to connect to your spirit guides more, love on yourself more. Be gentle with yourself when you make mistakes. Lift yourself up and be in a gratitude for everything. And one way that you can lift yourself up is doing the mirror work. And I talk about this a lot because it really does work. You look in the mirror and you say, I love you. You are worth loving. You are worth cherishing. You're beautiful, just like you are now. You're handsome, just like you are now. You're good enough, just like you are right now. I love you no matter what. I'm on your team. Okay, that's magic. Those are magic things to say to yourself in a mirror. You can also say, abundance flows to me easily and effortlessly, and I am open to abundance at all times. Money is good. Money is pure. Money is clean. Money works for me. Because some people have hidden thoughts about money, that money is not pure, that to have money makes you one of those people. And you don't want to be one of those people. So work on that angle. So gratitude list is really important. So gratitude list is 75 things you're grateful for. 75. When you get to 50, you're going to be tapped out. You're going to have counted all your fingers and toes, your hair, maybe even some of y'all have counted your teeth. I don't know. But you're going to tap out at some point. And this is where the magic happens. You don't stop when you can't get to 75, folks, because that's where the magic happens. Where the magic happens is when you go, I got to find some more things to be grateful for. Let me look around. Oh yeah, look, I found this rock. I found this rock when I was on this hike. And, oh my gosh, I love this rock. I forgot about this rock. I forgot about that hike. Wow. Okay, so now I'm getting chills because I'm grateful for something that I didn't even know I was grateful for. And when you're grateful for things that you didn't know you were grateful for, your vibration shoots up through the roof. And your aura expands. So if you want a quick way to raise your vibration, this is how you do it. And when you do those things, you're now in resonance with someone that can love you. You're in resonance with someone that can really, really, truly love you. Not the scoundrel that cheated on you, not the person that took your money, because you don't resonate with that anymore. You don't have to worry about meeting somebody who's just a bad person because you changed your frequency. Now your frequency is over here. Those people don't match. The people over here love themselves and are capable of loving you because that's how you feel. So now you're in a frequency match with them. So hopefully this has been helpful. It's been a little bit of this, a little bit of that. It's kind of been like a stew. But really, I do these videos to help you. I hope it was helpful. Please leave me a comment. Let me know if you've ever had a love potion used against you, or if you've had some weird intentional thing happen where you don't know why, but you brought up your ex and caused some problems. Or perhaps you want to just talk about what's the best way that you've found that you've raised your vibration, or maybe how you went from not loving yourself to loving yourself. This is all stuff that I want us to talk about. I want us all to learn from each other, because that's the best way to learn. That is the best way to learn. Many, many blessings to you. Thank you so much for joining me today. It's my honor to do these videos and to be a conduit for spirit. I learn as much as you do from these videos. And, you know, it's always good to laugh a little bit too. You guys take care, and we'll talk again soon right here on this channel.